Good day, crafty chums. It's Nikki here, and welcome to my channel. I was showing online the other day that I had bought a little needle case kit, and so I thought I'd show you the setting up of the needle case kit and what I do to sort things out and get things ready. And so I thought I'd start this off. And then, wouldn't you know it, my cat is now meowing, and I don't have a pause button on my stream. So I'm just going to pop out for a second while you look at the gorgeousness that is that embroidery thread. I let the cat out. Isn't that always the way? Right, so I've got this needle case kit, and in the kit you have your instructions, and it's not a list of what you got in the kit, but anyway, what you do have is the counted cross stitch, which is what this is. So there, and you've got some felt, which is going to line the inside and then make up some of the needle case. Well, this is where you put the needles in, you know, when you make the case. A cute little bit of dangle for that as well. It's a little bit dark in here. Let's see if I could just switch the other light on. I'm sorry, I thought I was all prepared, but obviously not. Not quite enough light, I don't think. Yeah, that might be a bit better. Okay. So where was I? Yeah, the dangle. You do get your embroidery needle and you get your embroidery thread. And really the first thing you have to do when you get any kit is to do something with the thread. Now they do have a legend here, and on the pattern you've got different symbols which show you which is the different color, and what you've got to work out from here is which bit is which. And it says for a to make it easier for you, just put a little bit of the thread there, and it'll help you find out which thread is which. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate out the threads, and then I'm going to just put it onto a piece of cardboard here, which I'm going to cut, and then I will punch holes in there and thread the thread through it, which is may seem like a little bit of a performance, however it does help you from getting confused with your thread in the end. So it's kind of like worth doing. It's worth doing to keep your thread straight, and yeah, I think it's worth doing. So that's what we're going to do. It just helps me keep it all nice and tidy and in order. So I'm just going to cut a strip like so. And it says I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cream, 6, 7, 8. So the cream is for sewing up only. But hey, so it says I've got 8. It actually says I've got 7. But we will mark 8. So I'm just gonna, because my mind goes like this, 18 to 5 3/4, can't work it out, funnily enough. That ain't gonna happen for me. It will happen for you, but that won't happen for me. So let's see what it says in centimeters. So that's 14, but we can go like can mark it like this: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. we don't have to use all of it, is what I'm saying. And then I'm just going to cut a hole. I'm going to do the bigger of the holes actually, and then we'll mark it to there. And I'm going to poke that through because obviously the hole is blocked and I can't see. And I'll just get a little pokey tool and poke out whatever's in there. Something in there. I have no idea what that is, but hey, that was gone now. So let's get things out of the way while we do this, and we will then just cut some holes. Jeez, gee Louise. And I'm just going to move them along because as I'm actually cutting it there, I can see there's not enough gaps in between, so we're moving it along and we're going to eyeball it instead. We would do if these little bits of card would come out. Do you have this problem with yours? Let me know in the comment section below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you think it needs oiling? Yeah. You can just fast forward through this. I'm winging this, by the way. I have no idea, really. I didn't plan this out. I just started and I thought, instead of just starting it, why don't I start it on camera? So there you go. I'll be better organized. If you like this bit, then I'll be better organized for the next section, I promise. So what we've got to do now is figure out with the colors which color's which. So I've got a grey. And we know that I've got cream. This grey. This is going to be fun, figuring out which colours are which. So we've got mid grey and dark grey and pale grey. Oops, sorry, did that hurt? So, and then I've got dark green and light green, so that could be a green actually. It's either going to be green or dark grey. Yeah. So we've got two each of pale green and dark green. And I don't know if you can see the different colours on that. So does it show up very well on there? So I'm guessing that that's two each of the greens. So let's pop them in because we've got that. And I'm going to put them in the order that it's got them there. So 1, 2, 3. The dark green is in hole number 3. And then the light green is in hole number 4. Now you could also thread these onto little cards, and then you put the symbols of each one there. So, but we'll do it this way first. I'm going to put the cream on the end because that's the sewing up thread. So let's pop that out of the way at the end. You may think it's a palaver, but honestly, it will help. It will help. All right, okay, so this must be the dark grey. So it's 2 of the dark grey. So 2 of the dark grey. Yeah, you're having trouble seeing that against these green, aren't you? So let's pop that there. You might be able to see the colours there. Separate out the pinks. We've got 2 of the pale and 6 of the dark. So if I grab these 2, which I think are the pale, then I should have 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay! And separate them out. Put them through the hole. Try and get them all through the hole because that helps. Also, then I've got to separate out each of the threads into strands of 3, which will be fun when it's time to do that. As I say, we're just getting started. There we go. And the pale green and the dark green, dark grey. Right, so that's dark grey. Oh, that's okay. This isn't going to be as hard as I thought. Once I'd taken all the other colours out, because it was like, oh no. So it says I should have 8 of the mid grey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Let's see if I can get these through. them through but one, so we'll do that again because we do want them to all go through. I could thread it through on something else, but let's see if I can just squeeze them through without having to resort to something else, but I might have to. Just pop a piece of thread of something else and it will just help to take it through the hole in one. No biggie. No biggie. And there's 9 of the pale grey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 8. 9. And because I couldn't get the 8 through the other hole with these, you know, I'm going to have to use the little threader again. If I was threading with ropes through up the mast and that, we'd be using the thing called a mouse, and that's where you get the little rope there to take the bigger rope through the hole. So I suppose this could be called a mouse. I don't know why it's called a mouse, but it is. But hey, there we go. So it's good. So now I'm going to write on there what they are, because that helps as well. Just having a slurp of coffee, actually. Coffee. Now, if I can get one of my pens to work, it will be awesome. When you do mixed media and then you expect a pen to work after you used it, you're usually mistaken. So this one is like a little star. And that isn't going to work, so let's find another pen. Hopefully one that works. Oh, there's a biro. I've actually got a biro. What do you think of that one? There we go. So this is dark pink. And this is a circle, pale pink. This is a cross, dark green. This is a square. And this is how they're marked on the chart, is the symbols. So pale green. And it is worth doing this with your threads. You know, you can do it any way you want, but it is worth separating them all out and keeping them separated while you work on the project. So this is a heavy triangle, which just means it's filled in. And that's dark grey. This is a diamond. Mid-grey. This is just a circle. Pale grey. Might have been better if I'd have left a more of a hole, a bit more of a gap, but that's how it comes out there. So that's good. So that's the first part, and as we go along, we will have to separate the strands out, but that's just for now, just to get us organized. So let's see what we've got to do here. Is there's the front and the back, but we work it in one piece, and this one is the front and this one is the back. And I don't know whether the camera will be playing up on the cross stitch images, but as you can see, triangles, circles, squares, stars, and that denotes what the different colors are in that. So on the instructions it says that to start stitching at the point indicated on this diagram, and it's 2.5 centimeters in from the edge is what it looks like. Let's see, lead fabric right side down, and that's finishing instructions. So whether, I think it means from the corner of the cross stitch. So we're folding it in half. We are folding it in half. And we are going to get a centimeter ruler because this one's in centimeters. And we are going to start 2.5 by 2.5 centimeters. So that is 2.5, which will take us to that row there, and 2.5. So we go up, and it is just up there. That's what it says. So I'm just going to measure it again. Okay. So just there. That's where we're starting. And then I'll see if I can rub any of this off because it's pencil. So there we go. So that's where we're going to start. And so it says to start and finish threads. Don't knot the thread at the start and finish at the back of the work. Secure the start by working stitches over it and finish by threading it into nearby stitches. So anyway, so this so where the start is, where I've marked there, is this little bit on the chart here. It's got a little arrow and it's pointing to this diamond here. And it's a diamond worked in 4s. So that's what we're going to start stitching on. But first we need to find out what the diamond was, the diamond which was, if I'm looking at here, so the diamond is the mid-grey. So we're going to start with mid-grey. Okay, so we're going to pull out the mid-greys. We're just going to see if we can be sneaky and just pull one of the, no, probably can't without knotting them all up, but hey, got 2 out there. But we're going to be probably using quite a few of these, so I'm going to pop this one back in. I can separate that out after. I'm going to pop that one in. Hopefully it'll go in without me having to get freaky with it. So we're just going to pop that one there, pop it down, and on this one here we're going to separate. It's got 6 strands and it says work 3 strands at a time, so we're just going to separate out the 3 strands. So I'm working with 3 strands of each. Excuse me. Might need to take another drink. And then we're going to start in the corner there. And I thought I'd give this a give it a go, and we would start and see how far we get in, say, give it an hour this time. So I am just threading the needle. This is a very thin needle, actually. Doesn't feel very substantial, but it is a kit, and you don't expect the best quality needle to come out of a kit, do we? So we're looking at the pattern, and I'm going to start here. I'm going to start at this bottom right hand one here. And you probably won't be able to see this. But I am going to start here. So I'm going to bring it up through the cross stitch there, and I'm going to pull the tail, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the tail there. And I'm just going to put my hand on it. And then I am going to go up here. Now, because I'm doing a row with 2 on, I'm going to go just there. So I'm going to do the under stitch of the cross first, and then I'm going to come back and complete the cross. So I'm going to come back here. And you do catch the threads as you're going through, but I completely forgot to hold it across, but hey. And I'm just going to cross over to where the top of that stitch is there, which forms a nice neat little cross. I'm going to come to the bottom of this cross here, and then finish it there. And you may or may not be able to see, I've got 2 tiny weeny little crosses there, which is the first 2 crosses there. And that now I'm going to go up and complete these 2 here. Which gives me a problem. So I'm going to come up. Because if I come up through this hole here, I will bring the thread back out with me, because that was the last stitch that I put in. So I'm just going to jump over to this one here. Go up to that cross there. I bet the purists are going, oh my goodness, can you see what she's doing? Because when I was young, I was left-handed and then had an accident and had to start using my right hand. So my brain is just a little bit, it's a little bit skewed. So my nan and everything else tell me that and everyone else tell me I knit and sew like a left-hander, but I'm right-handed. If that makes any sense. So now I've got to decide whether I'm going to go up this way or I'm going to go this way. And I'll just take a sip of my tea and then coffee, and then I'll tell you. I think I want to go up. Don't ask me why, I just do. I'm going to go up. So I've got the 4 stitches there, and I've got to leave 4 stitches and then start again. So I'm going to leave 1, 2 holes, which would be the 4 stitches. And I'm going to come up there and start again. And I might, this time, I might make the grouping in the single stitch first, not the single stitch, in the half stitches first, and then finish the and then complete the crossover after. It's very difficult to see when you get to a certain age that you're doing it right or not. So there's my stitches there, and I am going to come back to the bottom. And because this is going to have a backing on it, so it doesn't matter if I jump around the stitches a little bit, the purists will be able to stitch it so that the back looks as good as the front. It's been a long time since I've done cross stitch, so I'm not sure that I will have that ability at the moment. If I do more, then I should get better, because I'm trying to show you as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. That's my next group of 4. We don't change colour until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until up here, and then we go for a colour change. So if I've got enough thread, then I'll probably take my needle off and leave the thread on the back, and then get the other colour there, which will be interesting. So 1, 2. So now we're going in for the 3rd. So I'm going to leave 2. You may not be able to see, but there's a little hole there. 1, 2, and that's where I've got to start this stitch here. It will probably be difficult for you to see, but I've got here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm coming up on the top of that 4th one there, going down another group of 4 stitches. And you do your stitches in the one direction first before you come back and cross them over, unless you're doing one single stitch, and then you can just complete the stitch. Because you can actually see the stitching if you've stitched in a different direction. So you can see when you've actually stitched in the other direction. So always try and keep your stitching in the same way. I think I may have dropped that one down a little bit or pulled it a little bit too tight, but I think I may actually need a magnifying glass for this. It is tiny. It's teeny tiny. And my eyes aren't that good anymore. Trying to find that hole to go through. So that's another set of 4. And again, we're going to count the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here is where I'm going to start this group of 4. So this is quite repetitive and can be very therapeutic. Repetition is quite therapeutic, apparently. I was just going to alter the way I did that and then thought better of it. Let's continue on in the same patterning. Going quiet as I'm trying to find the holes. Of course, and then once you've been through the holes a few times, then it does make the hole a little bit bigger, which apparently does make it easier to get the needle through. If you can see where you've made the holes anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got another 2 lots of 4. Well, it's a bit of a strain on the eyes. I might not make it to the hour. Oops. Okay, let's see how well this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one there. Okay, I was just checking to see which side I was going. I am working it this way. And then I've got another lot 4 to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Making the hole from this side just helps me visualize where the hole is. Don't know how much of this you're able to see. I'm hoping you can see quite a bit, but I won't know until I see the video afterwards. The trouble is, when I'm concentrating, I can't talk. No, not possible. Not possible at all. Which is quite funny, actually. So I'm trying to come up in the center of that group there. There it is. Come out at the top there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got a little bit of a change of color. So I'm going to leave that thread there. Don't worry. Lots of people that I've seen got this have got magnets to keep their needles there, and then they can bring in another color. But I don't have that. So the next color is the stars, and that is dark pink. Let's see. So if you have a look at the picture, pink. So it's going to be the dark pink. So we are going to pick up the dark pink. See if I can pick out just one strand without having to pick out all the rest. Was good. That worked better that time. And we're going to make the 3 because it said use 3. That's the mid grey. 1, 2, 3. Now you could just jump over the spaces and continue on with the same colour. However, I've done this lots of times before, and I find that if I jump over the space and not change the colour, then I lose where I am, and in my counting of these stitches. So yeah, so I find it a little bit easier to do the colour change for some reason. So put this on because I won't need it again yet. Just pop that onto there. Trying to keep it all nice and straight so I don't get disorganized. Okay. And I might just tidy these up here because I didn't actually when I started, I didn't get all my threads in. I did manage to get some of them in. I'm just going to pop this one here to the back. See if I can get it through the needle and then just pop it in so it's just out the way. Just tidy it up just a little bit, even though I know that this backing is going to get a backing on it. It's okay to tidy up your work. But that's only if I can actually rethread this. There we go. Pulled it through. Cool. Then that's tidy there. I'll thread this one. When I was younger, I used to be able to see all this too and do it no problem at all. Apparently it's not that way now. So again, it's a gap of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Going for that hole there. Going to bring this up here. And I'll hold the back of my thread, and I'm going to try and not to get this other thread in here. I just pulled it through, so stop. As I pull this one through here, I'm just going to capture the end of that thread there through there. It will play. Of course, it doesn't want to play because I'm doing this on video. So what I'm doing is I'm just capturing the end. So I'm just doing a little row of 4. did that backwards, but so I'm going to do it this way because I am going to tie this one off and cut it because it's a little bit of pink all standing on its own. So I'm just going to take this thread through here, thread it through the back, and then I am going to cut it. What am going to cut it with a not very sharp pair of scissors, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to pop this back through this hole here. And we are going to continue working on with this colour thread here, which was the mid grey. Oop. 3 lots of 4, and then that will probably be it for this. If I had my if I had a laptop that was working properly, I would record this and edit it to make it a little bit less clunky, shall we say. But it is what it is. You're seeing this 1, 2, 3, 4. You're seeing this raw and unedited. So yeah, here we go. With the thread at the back, I could have threaded it through those crosses there, but I've decided not to. I'm just going to take the thread there and make sure that that thread doesn't come through there because it will show on the other side as pink. And we don't want that. Just trying to come through the hole and not splitting the square. I'm hoping that my internet doesn't turn off. It turned off the other day. So we're getting towards the end now, so it will be a little bit difficult. These are very short threads that we've got. 1, 2. I think this is going to end up being a really quite a small needle case, to be truthful. I might only be able to make half stitches here. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to make it too difficult for myself and struggle with the thread. I'm just going to take thread back through there, just finish it off. And take the other 3 take it through the thread, make sure I capture it on the way back. Look at that, I captured it all right on the needle. It's okay, I had it all twisted up. I didn't want to split the thread, and that's what I'm struggling with just there. Making sure I don't split the thread through. Not that it makes too many, you know, because you can pull the threads around, and that's it. Got that caught there, which is what I want. And then pull that down, and it's captured. So I want all 3 threads to be in the middle of this loop as I go through. Yeah, it's better. Caught. That's better. Not secured for that one. I've got to try and come up through the middle of there. There we go. Got it. This is going to be the last group of 4, and then that's the row done, and that's me finished for this part. And if you'd like me to continue on with this on screen, then I shall continue to do so, but it will be in real time, as I say, because I don't have any way to edit my videos yet. I have to save up to get me another computer that I can edit my videos on. So this is the last 4. Gotta be careful not to knot things up. So, okay. So I'm thinking that the spacing there should be the spacing there, and it's not. I don't think that's 2.5 there, is it? That's only a little bit out, so that's okay. That won't matter. So that's my first row. Phew. So I've just completed this row here. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I have, yeah, sorry, 4. It's 4, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, before I turned the corner. So that's why it wasn't quite the same, was it? 1, 2. That's why it wasn't equal. Err. Because I hadn't quite done the corner bit. Almost there. There we go. Now let's see if it's equal. It's 1 row out. There we go. That doesn't matter though, because now that's the now I finished that row there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there we go. First one's done. As I say, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to see this done on video and that, then I'm happy and willing to complete in it. But if you don't want to, if no one comments or anything, then I won't continue with it. I'll just continue with it off. And yeah, I just thought, you know, something different again for me. I used to cross stitch all the time. I've just got a new sewing machine, so you know, I thought I need some more needles for, because I've just got them spread around and they're quite loose, and it's like, no, I need to tidy it up. So that's why I've got this wonderful little cross stitch kit to do it with. It's probably not going to be big enough for all my needles, but hey. So I'd give it a go with something like this and then see if I can freestyle one afterwards, see what it's like. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please leave a comment, because my channel does need the love. It's gone, you know, right down in the old algorithms, and so it would be nice if it did come back up again. So thanks for watching, and see you all again very soon. Bye.